live from New York. It's the show that's actively getting news as we speak. Do you have your phone?
I'm leaving that up to you, buddy.
Wow. Do you have your phone?
You're the big J journalist.
Wow.
Phone case.
Well, it's because
that's embarrassing.
And what? Yellow? Hello? Yes, you have news. I'll get to you in a second. Meanwhile,
a Super Bowl contender? No. I would expect them to be in the mix for the playoffs and nothing more. When I look at the AFC, I feel like you can say with supreme confidence, the Chiefs and the Bengals, it would take a disaster for them to not be in the postseason. In fact, I've got the. Well, you want me to keep going? I think the Jags also in that division would be a disaster. I'll give you the Bills. It would not take a disaster. Not in that division if Aaron Rodgers goes there. And with the Dolphins, we'll see what Tua's health status is. But here's where I would have the AFC stack up if Rodgers went to the Jets. Now, this is not an enterprise done by the committee. There's just an AFC hierarchy with, I think, those top three teams. For the Jags, more about the division. For the Chiefs and Bengals, more about their overall talent. Would be shocking if they don't make the postseason next year. The next three, Chargers, Bills, Dolphins, I would expect. The Ravens, we're going to see what happens with Lamar. And there's Jets, Steelers, Browns, see where Deshaun is and see what Sean Payton's impact on Russell Wilson is.
All right.
But
he's coming around.
Listen, there's 11 teams listed there. So it's not, there's only 16 in the conference. But that's where I would have the Jets. Now, Brew, if they were adding Aaron Rodgers from 2 years ago, I think that makes them a contender. But a weird thing is happening with the Aaron Rodgers discourse. People are expecting a player who is turning 40 this year to have a bounce-back season. And unless you're Tom Brady, that does not happen. And I fear that Brady and LeBron are going to lead to a lot of teams in their respective sports making bad decisions. Because they're going to say, what we used to think when an NBA guy turns 35 or when a quarterback turns 38. But you can't compare someone to the player with the greatest longevity or the greatest career, however you want to look at it, in the respective sports. So I just think Rodgers is like the 12th best quarterback in football, which is way better than what the Jets have had, but I don't think it makes them a contender in the AFC.
I'm with you. This is typical New York. All right, whether it's the Giants when they brought in Kurt Warner. Now, he did go to Arizona after that and play well, but, didn't do much in New York. The Knicks are constantly bringing in Steve Francis. Be careful now. Penny Hardaway.
Don't talk bad about Bing Bong.
Guys that are past their prime, big names past their prime. Aaron Rodgers is better than Derek Carr. But I like Derek Carr better for the Jets because he's 31. He fits the timetable of their young players, and he would have been there for 4 or 5 years, okay? Now, to your point, Nick, he's not turning back the clock, all right? He turned it back a couple of years ago after he had 2 kind of mediocre seasons by his standards, then had the 2 MVP years. He was 36, 37 to your point. He'll turn 40 in December. We saw him last year have the worst season of his career.
Kind of hurt, though. Don't you give him that?
No, not to give him. No, I'm not giving him any of that. I'm sorry. And when he was, I picked him. I thought he was going to do something last year. And when the rubber hit the road against Detroit and they had a chance to make the playoffs, he couldn't deliver. So I'm with Nick. There'll be a playoff contender, but nothing more. And Kansas City and the Chargers probably making it. AFC South's going to have one team. Maybe it's the Jags.
Definitely.
AFC North, I think, will have 2 teams probably. We'll see what happens with Lamar, but Cincinnati and somebody else.
And the AFC
and Buffalo,
hard.
I think, will be in. And if Tua is healthy in Miami, then they may get they're going to contend for that 7th or 6th spot.
The point that I would make is this. In the AFC, a couple things. One is in the AFC, just call the Chiefs and the Bengals, and because I don't want to argue with you, say the Bills as well, as teams that we know are very, very good. And then teams that we know are bad, it's like the Texans, Colts, Patriots, and Raiders.
What?
And that might be the list.
No, I'm not. Stop that. Why the Patriots are automatically bad?
Well, I mean, I think so.
I think you're wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
But I think that's
not a guarantee to be bad. They could be in the hunt.
I know that we've got to get to.
We're one win away from the playoffs.
Lamar breaking news, but the last point I want to make is
don't put on a firebomb take then.
if I'm the Jets, I want to know if Aaron's going to come to all the offseason.
Thank you. I
because
agree.
he got all these new receivers, and you saw the relationship that he on field developed with the young receivers in Green Bay. Once they had a few months together, I'd want to hit the ground running. But this is Brew hasn't. No, we got to get to this, Brew.
Just quick. Is he committed?
Correct.
Is he just going there for the look? I'm not giving up $60 million, or is he really committed to playing football?
Blow Brew's mind because I saw the tweet. Brew's phone's dead, so he hasn't seen it.
Okay.
Oh.
News from Rappaport. The Ravens have tagged Lamar. It's the non-exclusive tag.
It's
Okay. Can I
go?
Jets, turn the plane around and go visit Lamar. I'm saying go visit Lamar Jackson
100%
instead of Aaron Rodgers. All right, if you get Lamar Jackson, you're contenders for the next 5-6 years.
Did Elon make that flight tracking software illegal? Can someone show us if they actually do that?
Really?
Oh,
I mean,
just
come
his
on.
plan. Okay.
Simple as that. I'm sorry.
100%.
You did it to Derek Carr, right? Oh, you're second on our list. Tell Aaron Rodgers you're second. All right, and go get Lamar.
Can I say
Guarantee him
okay, so
$200
that's
million,
the Jets part of it. I want to say the Ravens part of it. Mm-hmm. This relationship is over. It's over. You cannot. You know what the next piece of breaking news we're going to get? Report. Giants give Daniel Jones non-exclusive tag. You can't ask Lamar Jackson, who up to this moment has made less money in the NFL than Taysom Hill. That's a fact. Look it up, America. To play for the Daniel Jones contract. To play for less than Geno's going to make this year. To play for less than Carr's going to make this year. It's insulting.
But, okay, go ahead, because I hear you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think there's two things to this for the Ravens.
I can't believe they're doing that.
I think, one, the owner, Steve Bisciotti, thinks no other owner is going to give him the fully guaranteed deal. So he'll see that, and then he's not getting $200 million guaranteed anywhere. We will be able to better negotiate with him. Secondly,
that's a good take.
If somebody does give him a great offer, maybe the Ravens will match it.
But so let me.
I don't think they expect him to play for $32 million.
I got so excited. We probably should have explained the difference between exclusive and non-exclusive. So this tag means it's a 1-year, $32 million contract, and Lamar can negotiate himself with any team he wants, and then if they come to terms and the Ravens choose not to match it, that team gives the Ravens their next two first-round picks.
But they can match it.
They can match it.
Absolutely have that chance.
The exclusive would have meant $45 million, and no one can negotiate with them.
Right.
The Ravens could negotiate a trade. But here's the other piece of it that is important. He is allowed to talk to teams however long he wants. He has until week 10 to sign this thing. Now, I wouldn't get the full $32 million because it's broken up over the course of the weeks. If he is as insulted by this as I think he is, as he will be, and as I think he should be, he can just sit there, negotiate with teams, wait and see if no one give me a guaranteed deal right now. What if there's an injury during training camp? What if there's an injury in week 4 of the season if a team wants to sign me? This is a wild gambit by the Ravens.
But do you think I don't think he's going. I don't think he's going into the season not with a team. What team's going to want to bring him in week 4 when he's such a unique player?
Man,
your whole offense has to change for
but
Lamar Jackson.
I don't think he is signing this thing anytime. I do not think. Let me make this clear.
It's his business, though.
I don't think he's signing this. I think the next contract Lamar Jackson signs is going to be a long-term contract.
So the Ravens aren't ruling out that a long-term contract might also be on the horizon.
Oh, that's nonsense. Because they have had 2 years to get one done. Now they're saying, because they have, it's till the 17th of June or July, I don't remember, to when they can get a deal done with him. And he can negotiate with other teams. Why would a deal get done if they couldn't get it done over the last 2 months? What will change? What will change?
The market will change.
That's right.
Why can't this be business for Lamar? I get it. He might be insulted. He might be upset. But if somebody offers him a deal with $200 million guaranteed, and the Ravens say, you know what? Okay, we see the market. We'll match it. We love you. We drafted you. We want you back.
Oh,
he's going back.
Well, in that case, he would have no choice.
Right.
Because if he agrees to it with another team and then the Ravens match it, he will have no choice.
Then the Ravens know what the true market value of Lamar's.
I think that, yes, and you are, in my opinion, further torching the relationship with the best player your team has, the most important. And by the way, can we show the tweet?
DeAndre Ayton just did that with the Pacers and the Suns, and now he's playing well for them.
Oh, yes, he's playing well. He is not even close to their most important player, nor the face of their franchise.
The point is, it's business, though, Nick.
Okay, and business involves human beings. And here's a human being. Do we have the Rashad Bateman tweet? I think we do, because it doesn't seem like this business is going over well. Rashad Bateman talking about Eric DeCosta, the GM. How about you play to your players' strengths? Stop pointing the finger at us and number 8 and blame the one you let do this. We take the heat 24/7. Keep us healthy. Care about us and see what happens. Ain't no promises, though. Tired of y'all lying and capping on our players for no reason.
Yeah.
What?
Ill-advised.
Okay, that's fine. But it is a reality on the ground.
They got Ozzie Newsome involved. He can smooth this. And I'm not saying he's going to end up with the Ravens. What I am saying is you saying it's over, there's no chance he goes back to the Ravens because he's upset, is foolishness. No. This is business. They're upset that he won't take their deal. He's upset that they won't give him a deal. But you know what? If they come to terms on the contract, you be a businessman and go play.
What I am saying is this is the Ravens telling all of us they don't want him. Why would they not give him the exclusive tag? Why would they?
Because they want the market to show what it is.
Okay, let me just ask this question. Let's just go down the list of quarterbacks just real quick. Because we all agree this opens the door to them losing him. They are not guaranteed to be able to match whatever contract someone else gives him. Teams are smart. They can front load deals. They can do things that can make matching it very difficult. We all agree it is now possible Lamar leaves. Right. Okay. Would the Chiefs ever let Patrick Mahomes possibly leave? No. Hold on, let's go down the list.
As good as he is,
but you know Patrick Mahomes is...
Of course.
He's not Patrick Mahomes.
You think I'm going to stop at Mahomes? Would the Bills let Josh Allen leave?
No.
Would the Chargers let Justin Herbert leave? Would the Bengals let Joe Burrow leave? Will the Eagles do this with Jalen Hurts? How far down the list do we want to go? The Cowboys, when they had this situation with Dak Prescott, did they open the door for him to leave? They didn't.
They still have control, Nick.
The non-exclusive tag means they do not.
They can match a deal. And if somebody, they can do what they need to do with their roster, with contracts, to enable them to match the deal.
I understand that. But if you are saying to the most important player of your team, the face of your team, here's the deal, man. You're actually going to be more valuable to someone else. And if you are more valuable to someone else, we'll then pay you accordingly. But until then, no.
But why isn't it the other way? Because the Patriots do this all the time. Like, you know what? We've got X allotted for your compensation. Go out to the market, see what you can get, and come back to me and I'll make it work.
Because the difference is the Patriots do that at the end of a negotiation, at the end of a contract, not 2 years protracted negotiation. We're publicly professing how much we love the guy, hiring a coordinator about the guy, saying everything's about you, and then once again insulting him. This is an insult brew. You thought, I'm surprised you disagree with me on this. We all have been operating under the assumption he's going to get the $45 million exclusive tag, right? This is surprising news, is it not? You started this by saying, Jets, turn the plane around. Right. So we are all acknowledging this opens the door to the Atlanta Falcons saying we have all the cap space in the world and Lamar Jackson will give our team an energy we have not had with respect to Matt Ryan in that Super Bowl run since Mike Vick was here. We know that a team nobody's talking about because everybody likes golf right now, the Lions. They got multiple first-round picks. I'm not sure how it would work with which one they would have to give up if the Lions decide. So
do you think the Ravens are trading him for 2 first-round picks?
Yes.
That's it?
Well, they have no choice
they got
now.
Lamar Jackson. That's my point. So that means they might match it. Why not just give him the exclusive tag so if you want to trade him, you could get more return?
Because then the risk there is that Lamar says, no problem, signed. $45 million. And then you have no leverage on me. And then
actually they still have the leverage.
Yeah, but they clearly don't want to pay him $100 million guaranteed for 2 years. They barely want to pay him $130 million guaranteed for 5. They don't value him. And by the way, this is like the player union side of me. If I were just running the football operations, I would have some concerns about Lamar's health and long-term viability. I get where they're coming from. but they are telling the world we value Lamar Jackson literally the exact same amount the Giants value Daniel Jones.
I don't think that's
How can you not say it? Brew, if
This
Fox
is
came to
still
us and offered you and I
negotiation.
the exact same contract and we actually couldn't negotiate it, they would be saying they value us the exact same. And you would be very insulted. You'd say, I'm Christian Broussard. I have MVP votes. I mean, I work for the New York Times.
Rack that on tape. Negotiations coming up soon.
I said 2 months ago I thought Lamar was done with the Ravens.
Yeah.
Do you think he's the week 1 starter?
Honestly, I don't know. My main thing is I'm saying to you, just because this is insulting doesn't mean Lamar won't be back to the team. And I don't think this automatically means he's gone because they can still match any deal and he'll have to go play for them. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I think. Week 1 starter, yeah. And I know you'd be insulted, but it's like, hey, you know what? We decided $150 million guaranteed. Like, no way.
That's the thing. It's a business.
You don't. Okay, I think someone's going to give him the contract that the Ravens will not. And if the Ravens, and the last point I'll make because I know we have to go, if the Ravens end up giving him the contract or something close to it that he's wanted all along,
right?
But then they don't know what they're doing.
But what is it? But he'll be their quarterback.
Yeah, with potentially having ruined a playoff run because they could have signed into a year ago.
Okay, that's past.
What do you mean they weren't going anywhere?
They weren't doing anything this year.
They almost beat the Bengals.
They weren't.
Nick, what is the downside? If you just brought up, what's the downside of if they match a contract and bring him back?
The downside is that you guys are acting like they are negotiating with AI chatbots. They're negotiating with a human being.
Well, you know what?
Who
Be
has
a
made it clear.
professional.
Brew,
You would be professional. You would be
I
professional.
don't know if I would.
Oh, stop.
I'm an emotional guy,
yeah,
man. I get fired up.
Well, Lamar doesn't seem as emotional.
Lamar seems pretty emotional.
No, I don't think so. I think he's pretty stoic.
Then whoever runs his
It's
Instagram
business.
seems emotional.
But this is the
guy's
problem
head's
with
popping
not having an agent
Yes.
to talk to the team and hear all the negative stuff.
Okay. All right. I'm excited for whatever team signs Lamar.
Jets.
They're my 3rd favorite team next year.
Jets.
The Jets
turn it around.
All right. More on this right after the break, or we might do Celtics. We might stay here. We're deciding. Next. First things first.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.